Israelis don't know and Zionists don't know. There was a deal put. Yeah, okay. So a deal was put forward saying, hey, look, we will go ahead and give all the hostages back in exchange that you do not blow up and attack and invade Gaza. And what did Netanyahu do? He refused. Now, here's the other thing.
Bro.
You mentioned that they killed, what, 2,000? Or 1,300? No, this is true.
Whatever the
true.
Whatever the
You want to know how I know it's true? No. Here's the other thing, too. Here's the reason why. That's true. That comes from Israeli media. That comes from Israeli media, by the way. Your own country put it out. That comes from your own media. Now, here's the other thing as well that's interesting.
Yeah.
You said that thousands were killed, right?
Correct.
Okay. Are you aware that the Hannibal Directive was activated on that day?
What's the Hannibal Directive?
Sure. I'd be happy to explain.
Sure.
The Hannibal Directive is a directive where Israeli military basically kills their own civilians to ensure. Hold on. See, now they don't like the facts. They don't like the facts.
Yeah, so pull it up.
They don't like the
facts.
facts.
Pull it up.
Okay.
Pull it up.
Hold on. I'll pull it up.
Pull it up.
I'll pull it up.
Pull it up.
Wait, but hold on a second. Documentation beats conversation.
Pull it up.
Anybody can say shit. Facts versus theory.
Pull it up, yeah.
Facts. Sit down, listen. Sit down, let's all sit down, have documents, proven documents with information, and then you can discuss and debate. He said, she said, my great-grandma said it's all opinions. They can shove it up someone's ass.
Who speaks Hebrew here?
Convert it, ChatGPT. You can translate it.
No. I'm going to play it.
It takes a millisecond.
I'm going to play it in your language for you.
I don't speak Hebrew. I don't understand Hebrew.
you don't?
Why is it my language? Just because I like Israel. It's not my language.
I have a video right
I'm
here.
American.
I have a video
There's
right here.
American hostages
Oh,
there,
see,
and
that's
you're
the
American.
problem.
You're sitting here, and
That's
you're
the
okay with
problem.
it. It's crazy.
So here's it. No. I never said I was okay with it. I'm saying,
should the hostages be released?
yes. Here's the thing.
Should the
here's the
hostages?
difference.
Should the hostages be released?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
we agree. Finally, we can agree. That's
No,
it.
but here's the problem, right? The issue is that Israelis simply don't value Palestinian life.
That's
Hold
not
on a
true.
second.
That's
Hold on a second.
Because
That's not
you guys
true.
don't.
Jews
Because
and
you guys have killed
Palestinians
100,000
live in
plus. 100,000 plus.
There's Jewish
We know
Palestinians.
50,000 that have been identified. That we know that there's a bunch in the rubble that are missing.
That's not true,
Now,
bro.
here's the other thing as well.
And let's
go back to the Hannibal
no
Directive.
army will go there
Let's
and
go
drop
back.
leaflets saying, "Hey,
Let's go
we're
back.
about to come here,"
And they bombed it
and
anyway.
drop a bomb.
And they bomb it
They should
anyway.
leave.
Where
So
do
anyway.
you get the numbers that 100,000 plus were killed?
Okay, hold on a second.
Okay.
Even if 100,000 people were killed, hold on. Even if 100, let's agree.
We know.
Hold
We
on a second,
have
hold on a second. Let's have a conversation.
literally data.
If 100,000,
And this is funny because they're all are jumbling.
One second.
Now they're going crazy. Now look, you can see.
100,000.
Shut it down.
No,
Shut
no,
it
no,
down.
Don't shut it down.
So
It's good.
here's the
This is
thing.
good. This is amazing.
Let me
Listen.
finish my point.
Go ahead, finish.
Right? Because it's interesting that I mentioned the Hannibal Directive. Nobody knew what
Yeah,
it
but
was.
what is it? Pull it up.
I just explained it to you.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
It is.
Pull it up.
I have the video right here.
Play
in
it. Play it.
English.
Play it.
Okay,
English.
do you know?
English.
Do you know?
It's in
Do you know who
Okay, play
Yoav
it in
Golan
English.
is? Do you know who Yoav Golan is?
Play it in English.
Do you know who Yoav Golan is?
Everyone here speaks English.
Okay, but the problem is that the interview was done in Hebrew in Israel.
So translate it. Or find a translated
There's
one.
captions right here. You want to look at the video?
Perfect.
Here, come look at it yourself. Come look at it yourself.
What is the purpose of the video so we understand? So I understand what the video's about.
So they interviewed him. See, this is the problem. You guys don't even know. You don't even know. You're here arguing a point that you don't even know. You don't know what the Hannibal Directive is.
I asked you.
Yeah.
I asked you what it is.
I just explained it. I'm telling you, it's when they kill their own civilians to evade them being captured by Palestinian militia groups, to evade hostage negotiations so that they don't have to release 1,000 Palestinians who one Israeli like they did with Elijah Lot. Now, with that said, Yoav Gallant, you're a defense minister, okay? You're a guy you're basically your Secretary of Defense, right? Equivalent. He admitted on an interview that the Hannibal Directive was activated on October 7th, and it should have been activated in other areas. That is why Apache helicopters killed a bunch of the concert goers. That's why we know that they shot tanks into the kibbutzes. They shot tank rounds.
Okay, so here it says the Hannibal
Let me
Directive.
finish.
The Hannibal Directive, also translated as Hannibal Procedure or Hannibal Protocol, is the name of a controversial procedure used by the IDF to prevent the capture of Israeli soldiers by enemy forces. What's wrong with that? Who wants their soldiers captured?
No.
That's what it says here.
They killed civilians as well, is my point.
They don't
On
kill-
October 7th, they
not-
killed
It
civilians.
says they only kill soldiers.
No.
No, to
No, they
prevent-
kill
to
civilians
prevent
as well.
soldiers.
And also,
To
with that
prevent
said,
soldiers from being
they-
captured.
No. They killed civilians. And also keep in mind that there's mandatory military service in Israel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
effectively, they shoot at
Wait,
anyone
but
that's going to be captured.
on a
Now
day-
again,
I got a question for you.
now
you
with
met
that said-
Hannibal Schmannibal.
Okay, this guy,
You can say
just
something.
wait in line. So
why,
anyway,
why,
hold on.
why are Jews
hold on.
and,
hold on.
and Palestinians and Arabs all
Let's
fighting
stick-
for a small piece of land?
Let's stick to the
The
topic
Arabs
at
have
hand.
so much land, brother.
Let's stick to land. Let's stick to the conversation because first, right? First,
why
you made
fight
the
for a small
accusation
piece of land?
saying,
Why fuck with
bro,
the
bro, bro,
Jews?
let him
Wait,
be on the
wait,
mic, okay?
wait. So
you guys got to control yourselves.
Okay,
One person on
I'm
the
just
mic at a
standing here.
time. So again, you made the claim
that
that a bunch of hostages were kidnapped, which is true.
yeah.
And you made the claim that they just need to bring the hostages back. And I told you on or about October 10th.
I said release the
They,
hostages.
yes,
yeah.
agreed.
It's a good
They were
start
willing to release the
communication.
hostages, give them all back in return in exchange for them not invading Gaza and bombing Gaza.
I don't believe
Then-
that. I don't
then-
believe that.
Hold on. Let me finish my point.
Yeah,
Let me
go-
finish my
go
point.
ahead.
Then that's fine. You can say what you want to say.
No, but you
That's
can
fine.
pull it up.
So anyway, with that said,
Pull it
with
up.
that said, right? Great.
Pull it up.
Anyway, so with that said, right? The Hannibal Directive
Yeah.
was activated on that day. And I told you what the
Because
Hannibal Directive is.
Who wants any
Now-
of their soldiers to be captured?
But the point is, the reason why I
and
made
there's
that
going to be
argument,
innocent lives on both
let me
sides.
tell
Like,
you
who
why I
wants
made
their
that
soldiers to be
argument.
captured?
Because you made the argument saying they killed 1,000 plus Israelis, and I'm saying, well, the IDF
I
killed a
said
lot
they,
of Israelis.
I said they killed.
And then on top
wait,
of that,
wait.
and then on top
wait,
of that,
wait. I said they
hold
killed
on, you made that-
1,000
you made the
plus
assertion.
civilians. They weren't all Israelis.
No.
There was people from Thailand that were killed.
Of course.
Muslims
Yes,
that
I
were
understand.
killed.
I understand.
Jews that, no, so keep
I understand.
It.
But
Americans
again,
that were killed.
I understand
They
that, but the point is that
indiscriminately killed.
people were being killed.
Indiscriminately.
People were being killed
Indiscriminately.
by both the IDF
Bro,
and Hamas.
if you go
Both
look,
of them.
If you go look at
Both
Gaza,
of them.
you have waterfront land.
Both of them were
They're
being
on
killed.
beaches.
Okay.
They have 5-star hotels.
That's not the
No
argument.
one wants to look at that.
That's not the argument.
On October
Again.
On October 6th.
See, this is great.
They were all chilling.
This is great.
On October 6th, they were all chilling, living their lives. There was no famine, nothing wrong.
Wait in line.
Yeah, get in
Wait
line.
in line,
I
buddy.
got this. On
Wait in
October
line. You're not on
6th,
mic.
Everything was fine. People had visas to go in and out of Israel to work. Things were fine.
Yep.
What happened? Yasser Arafat, when he died, left his wife with over $1 billion. The leaders of Hamas, $12 billion, who are now killed, all of them. What happens? When there's war, they get richer. The people of Gaza get poorer. And then the Jews look bad on the world stage. That's all that happens.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Humanitarian goes to the top.
See,
And the civilians suffer. I agree they're
we
suffering.
were talking about October 7th, and you just
I
completely
agree that
deflected.
they're suffering. Yeah, because when you go and say 1,000 Israelis got killed, that's not true. It was 1,000.
Okay,
people
let's say
that
people
died.
got killed.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to
Muslims
make
died,
is,
bro.
yeah,
You're Muslim.
but here's the thing.
Are you Muslim?
Hamas.
Are you Muslim?
That's irrelevant to the
Muslim-
conversation.
I'm Jewish.
That's irrelevant to the
Jews
conversation.
died. Muslims died.
Yes.
Christians died.
Yes. And
Americans
here's the thing.
died.
Here's the thing.
People died.
That's why I'm
People
critical
died.
of Israel.
People
okay.
died.
Now with that said, now here's
People
the
died.
thing.
Should
now, like when I
Hamas
said-
surrender? Yes or no?
Here's the thing.
Should Hamas surrender?
No. Now,
Why?
now here's the thing. Because here's
Oh, so
look,
you also agree that they're freedom fighters?
no. Again,
They're
you
labeled-
are taking away.
They're labeled
me
a
finish.
terrorist organization.
Let me finish saying what I'm
and
saying.
They shouldn't surrender.
Let me finish
and
saying
you're
what
an
I'm
American
saying. Let me
citizen.
finish what I'm saying.
You should be ashamed of
You're
yourself.
see, you're just interrupting because
Okay,
you
go
don't
ahead.
want to
Go
have
ahead. Go
you
ahead.
brought up October 7th.
They're terrorists.
You brought up October 7th,
Okay.
and I was talking
You
to you
brought it
about
up.
no.
I brought up the Houthis.
No, you mentioned no,
You
because
decided
then
to
you
talk
said,
about
well,
October
no,
7th.
no. You brought it up, and then I'm just
You
responding
asked
to
my
you.
stance.
Yes, and then you
I
then you
asked
talked
you
about
about the
October
Houthis.
7th. But here's the problem.
Completely different.
You guys make it as if it started on October 7th, and it never did. It started way before that, and the Zionist propaganda
Yeah,
always goes off of October 7th. And on October
It started
7th,
in 1949 when we got
it
a
started
state.
before that.
When we got a
It
Jewish
started
state.
before that.
Okay.
It started before that.
Okay.
It started before that.
They-
It started before
because
that.
they-
You guys were killing people. Israel was founded upon
Bro,
terrorism.
There's killing.
Israel
on,
was founded upon
Can you
terrorism.
agree there's killing on both sides?
Again, of course there is.
There
of
is.
course there is. But here's the
That's it.
difference.
That's a fact of life.
I value
We-
both. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, like I was saying, this guy just name calling. Anyway,
Jews corrupted their own
no,
holy
him,
book.
the
You
other
know,
guy over there, the old guy.
The
So
Jews
the point I'm
corrupted
trying to
their-
make is, I talked about October 7th, and I'm telling you
Bro,
that the died
the
on that day
Americans came
were
in
not just
and-
killed by
and
Hamas.
fucking killed all
That's
Native
my
Americans.
point.
Are we talking about?
Okay.
You're talking
Bro,
about Native
bro.
Americans.
Look, bro, I'm
You're
telling
talking
you.
about settlers.
I'm telling.
the Jewish people came.
Yeah, settlements that are illegal.
The Jewish
Settlements that
people
are
came,
illegal.
They built Tel Aviv into what it is today, and all of a sudden they want it back. Like, bro, come on.
Hold on.
mandate had a
Hold on.
two-state solution.
Hold on. Let me finish what I'm
The
saying here.
British mandate had a two-state solution, no?
Are you talking about the
And
Balfour Declaration?
Yeah, after that. The British mandate had a two-state solution. There was going to be an Arab state and there was going to be a Jewish state. Right after that, all the Arabs invaded. That's something that you don't like to talk about. Let's be honest.
Well, it
here.
wasn't your land to have in the first
Well,
place.
it was Britain's land.
It wasn't.
Britain's
It wasn't.
land.
Ben who?
Before that, it was the Turkish
It wasn't.
land.
It wasn't your land to have in the
That's what
first
it
place.
is.
It wasn't your
England
land to have in the
conquered it,
first
and
place.
They gave it to half to the Arabs.
It wasn't
and they
your land
chopped
to
it up,
have in the
bro.
first place.
They chopped it up.
It
And
wasn't.
then
Look at this guy. He's mad. Yeah, and you're pissed off.
They
Look at
chopped
you,
it
triggered
up.
because you don't like the
Listen,
facts.
They chopped it up.
Yeah,
They chopped
well,
it
it's
up.
kinda
We
hot
had
out
a
here.
deal. They chopped
kinda
it
hot
up.
out
We had
here.
a deal, and all
Meanwhile,
the
you
Arabs
guys are
came
being
in and destroyed
emotional.
it. I'm not being
Again-
emotional.
No,
telling you
I was
what's
talking
up.
to this guy. Like I said
emotional.
before.
There was a two-state solution. There was.
Here's the
Given
thing.
by England, half to a Jewish state, half to an Arab state.
Again.
Immediately.
Again.
Right after the Holocaust.
It wasn't
and you're gonna
theirs.
be like, oh, he's bringing up the Holocaust. It was right after the Holocaust. We didn't have any sort of military institution behind us.
Really?
We had the Haganah and the Irgun. It was nothing. It was underground.
What are the Haganah Ergun
Okay, listen.
and the Lehi gang? What are they?
they were fighting for a Jewish state.
They're terrorist organizations. They're terrorist organizations,
a
and you
terrorist
know
or-
it.
they weren't a
Israel was
terrorist
created by
organization.
terrorist organizations.
No, it was created because the
No.
British. No, listen.
It's created
you need
through.
to read your
You
facts.
killed the British.
No, the British gave it over, and the
Yes.
British killed us, and Muslims killed the
The King
terrorists.
David Hotel.
And
The King
Muslims
David
killing-
Hotel. You guys don't know your history. That's
I
the
do
funny
know my
part.
history. I don't think
Zionists
you
don't
know your
their
history.
history. They don't know their history.
The
This is
Jews
comical.
literally corrupted their
You
own holy
killed the
books.
British.
You can't trust them.
No, this is live. This is live. You just look
Hey, you're a
ridiculous live.
fucking clown, dude.
Yeah, and this guy's angry too. Yo, look at the Zionist tears. They don't like the truth. They don't like the fact that your country was made on terrorism. They don't like the fact
I'm
that
gonna
you
tell you
killed
the
100
truth.
innocent
This is
people
the truth.
in the King David
Whenever you're
Hotel.
ready.
You
Hold
don't
on,
like the
hold on.
fact that
This
your
is the
your
truth.
country was
Whenever you're
created through
ready. Go ahead, go
terrorism. The very terrorism that you guys denounced today was created by Haganah, Lehi, and the Stern Gang. And on top of that, you guys stole our weapons to do it. You stole our nuclear
understand.
technology.
Are you ready?
killed our president.
You ready?
guys,
Okay, hold on.
You
I
guys
gotta tell
attacked
you
our
this.
U.S. ship. It was given.
It-
Comical. Comical.
listen.
Comical.
You
That's
ready?
why JFK did not want nuclear proliferation. See?
Okay.
No.
You-
You guys.
I understand
you
your perspective.
You guys.
You wanna hear something?
See, here's the reality. This is what I love.
Hold on, let him talk. Let him-
This is what I love. Right? Zionists come here. Zionists come in here and argue with me and say, oh, well, you know, on this day, such and such
Hold on,
happened.
1 second.
Okay, what's the animal
gonna leave it in a
directive?
second.
They don't know. They don't know that a bunch of Israelis and a bunch of innocent people
Are
were
we
killed
gonna
by
have
the
a
IDF.
conversation?
Then on top of
Okay,
that,
you ready?
they don't know how
Okay.
their country was made. Then they don't know that the British. You killed the British in the King David Hotel. You guys assassinated a
Perfect,
bunch of British
perfect.
people. Then on top of that, the state of Israel raided through 3 main terrorist organizations that are now rebranded into the IDF that we know now. Now, with that said, the UN. No, I know about
That's
it. The
fine, that's
Balfour
fine. Keep
Declaration,
going.
and it was raided to the Rothschilds. You don't even know the name of it.
Listen.
1917, the
Myron.
Balfour Declaration. You don't know. And you.
Myron.
What were you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
Can
You
I
don't know
say
what you're
something?
talking
Can you
about.
wait for a second?
You're just sitting here. You don't know what you're talking
All
about
right.
at all.
This is.
Again, you Zionists don't understand your own history of your own country.
we
You
can
don't.
argue about the past.
You haven't do it. No.
Let's argue.
You're
Myron,
Israel first.
Myron.
You're Israel first. You're Israel first.
Myron.
And quite frankly, Israel's a parasitic country.
Okay.
It's a
Are you
parasitic
ready?
country. We should not be giving you guys aid anymore. You guys are
Ready?
making us look terrible. We give you
Awesome.
billions of dollars of aid that you don't got to pay back. You guys will not exist
All
without
right.
American aid.
Perfect.
You guys, quite frankly, were built on terrorism, and it's an evil country. This is why
All
we have
right,
to run cover
listen.
for you guys. We have to run cover for you guys at the UN. The
I
entire
have a question for
international
you.
world condemns you.
Hello.
You guys
I
are
have a
running illegal
question.
settlements. You guys are running illegal settlements.
I
You
want a
kill
question.
innocent
I wanna
kids
ask you a
every
question.
day.
Can I ask you a question?
You kill innocent kids every single
Here, give me the
day.
mic.
Wait.
Actually,
Wait,
they went and did a study
Yo,
and they
Myron,
figured out that
Myron,
was a lie.
wait.
That
Yo,
was a
real-
lie.
Hey,
That was
you
a lie.
you have like
And it
200.
was taking 7 of you to even formulate an
I'm
argument.
gonna tell you
the
what's
inbreeding is real.
Myron, listen. There is only one truth. Myron, there's only one truth whenever you're ready.
All right,
Whenever
so
you're ready to listen, there's only one truth. No matter how much you can hate the Jews.
I don't hate the Jews.
Hold on.
See, I love that.
Hold
That-
on.
I love
I didn't
that.
finish
I
my
hate the
fucking
Jews.
sentence.
I hate the Jews.
You can. You
This is-
can.
this
I didn't
is-
say you are. You can hate the Jews. You can like
don't.
the Jews. You can hate Zionists. You can love Zionists. You can hate Israel. You can love Israel. At the end of the day, you'll not kill any Jews. You're not going to kill the ideology of Judaism, and you're not going to kill the ideology of Zionists. Guess what? Israel will stand in the future. Period. You can't fuck with that. That's it. That's the fucking truth. You cannot kill that. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, us Jews are going to prevail and stick together.
You're
this
saying
guy can think
USA,
whatever he
but-
wants.
but you're
Islam's
talking
the
about
truth,
Israel.
though. Islam.
You're
That's
not
fine.
America
That's fine.
first.
You got.
You're not America
You guys
first.
can
They're not the
continue-
same thing.
can-
They're not the same thing
and we will
at all.
Continue
You guys can
to grow.
succeed
Yeah,
in this
America
life.
first.
We'll succeed in the
America
next
only.
life.
Fuck Israel.